our spirit? What is it? Where does it go? Are we able to see them using our mind's eye? If so, just what can spirit teach us? Welcome to School Through Spirit. Host DeEtte Renee is a certified psychic medium and master teacher of psychic and mediumship development through LWISSD. DeEtte was born knowing spirit and now is here to help you better understand the spirit world. And now your host, DeEtte Renee.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome. This is DeEtte Renee here on School Through Spirit with the Edge Network, and I am live. Sorry, I'm a few minutes late. I love to say it's because I was connecting with Spirit, but it was because I was connecting to the internet. Yes, I was connecting to the internet, and then I realized I had not made a link for this week. So I do apologize. But we are here. We are here. I'm coming live today just to set those few people that we tag in to make sure they're able to get to us. But as we all know, School Through Spirit is all about bringing words of messages from Spirit in to everybody just to kind of help throughout the week. Good morning, Tim. Good morning. Help throughout the week, kind of enlighten lives, changing lives, giving us something to kind of look forward to. Yeah, there we go. Before I start, though, I do want to do a shout out. Last night, I was supposed to be on a live. I was supposed to be on a live podcast with the Bearded Brothers, for I'm going to mess this up. I apologize. I'm going to mess this up. I don't want to mess this up. I was supposed to be on it for the Wisconsin Bearded Brothers sponsoring the I always mess this up. Paranormal Rockdown. Yes, Paranormal Rockdown. They are raising money to help children through Christmas. It is a podcast just to raise donations to Wisconsin families in need with special guests. These are the people that were on there: John Purvis, Sam Baltris, Left on Red, David Childers, Etched in Embers, Nick Simons, Larry Essler, Tattoo Baby, Jack Chavez, Vince Keelan, Jen Jacobson, Switchblade Saturdays, Anna, Brad Murray, Jesse Heather, so many more, Scotty Rourke. I mean, it ended up being like a 6-hour deal. Is so awesome. I could not be there. And I will tell you what, it killed me because they just got a little bit behind is what they did. Because, we all want to do our thing. We all want to get in there. We want to talk. It gets really exciting. Totally understand. I mess it up all the time. But yeah, 6 hours. So I wanted I wanted to do a big old shout out. It's the Wisconsin Bearded Brothers formed the Forward 365 program. They raise funds to help families in need during the holiday season. That's exactly what it is. So I want to share the link to the Bearded Brothers in here, and that's what I am going to do, is share you guys the link so that if anybody would like to go in and donate, because again, guys, I was not able to be in there. I wanted to be, but because they ended up running a little bit late, what happened was my life, we planned Christmas. We planned Christmas of holiday, of tree trimming and decorating and dinner and cookies, oh my, around that show. And I wasn't able to make it then. So good morning, Keith. So there you guys go. It is the Bearded guys, our Bearded Brothers. You can also message them at wisconsin.beardedbrothers@gmail.com. You can go to their Facebook. You can send them a message. They will send you a link to the PayPal to donate for Wisconsin families in need at Christmas time. So there you go. There you go. Oh my God, my neck hurts this morning, guys. I just laid on it wrong. Guys, I got shipment of cards. I got shipments. I mean, shipments of cards. I'm loving this. From friends, from publishers, I got old decks that we reviewed once, but apparently we need to review them again because I got them. So apparently we're going to do today's 5-card stud is Oracle of the Mythic Heroes by DeEtte Wang. This is Beyond Word Publishing. I love this deck. I know I reviewed this once. I get it, but it was said to me again. So clearly, this needs to be on the air again. So, and I did like it the first time. I really did. I liked it a lot. So we're going to bring that one through this time. DeEtte Wang, I love his decks. I won't even lie. I love his decks. He makes incredible decks. I love it. I would literally recommend any of DeEtte Wang's decks. Every one that I have highlighted and reviewed on here are just, they're run out to the store and get it type decks. They really are. And I love them. I love them. So let's kind of get into this. Your neck hurts too, Keith? Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Yeah, my neck hurts. Oh, my left side, my left neck is like killing me. And I'm not happy about that. So maybe this is what has to do about release your negativities. Clearly I cannot believe I did not make an event for this today, because literally the show gets done, I make the event, and I must have gotten busy. Something must have drawn my attention away. I did not make the event. I do apologize for that. This week it says, release your negativities. The essential truth. Feelings are neither negative nor destructive. They're simply truths. How you express your truth is what matters. You cannot take responsibility for how well another accepts your truth. You can only ensure how well it is communicated with love, compassion, sensitivity. So express what you call your most negative feelings, but not destructively. Remember that negativity is neither a sign of ultimate truth, even if it seems like your truth at the moment. It always arises out of an unhealed part of you, which is why it is so important to get these negatives out, to release them. Failure to express, that is, push out negative feelings, does not make them go away. It keeps them in. Negativity kept in body harms the body and burdens the soul. God, there's a lot of different messages in here. So many different messages. And I will tell you what, as I'm reading this, I've got information from everywhere flooding into my mind. It's like, this one's big, guys. This one's really big. So let's kind of look at this. You know, I had to explain this to my granddaughter this week. They had this last week out. Excuse me. We got over pneumonia. We got over cold. And now my sides are stuffing. I'm just hoping it's a change of the weather. Because if I'm sick again, so send healing. I explained truths to my granddaughter this weekend. And because she was all hot and mighty over her truth. And that's exactly how it happened. And she was really upset. And I had to sit back and explain to her that. I went, honey, there's always more than one truth. There's my truth, there's your truth, and there's the other person's truth. Because truth is always in the eyes of the beholder. It really is. There's no black and white to truth. I wish without a doubt there was a black and white to truth, but there is not. There really isn't. It's really how life affects you personally. You know, and when it says we need to heal things, we do, because that's what affects our truth. That's how we affect seeing things all the time. I can tell you, years gone past, my truths used to come out as very angry, very frustrated, very passionate, to say the least. And as I healed my life, as I've healed, and grant you, it's going to take another lifetime to heal this life, but as I have healed, I've gained understanding. I've completely gained understanding to a lot of different things in life. So many different things in life. And therefore, that changes my truth. It really does. Something that I might have seen as negative before is no longer negative. It has become just a different aspect of life. So often it is how we feel about something that affects things. Now, one of the biggest things that I do, and I will tell you what, it's not every reading, but there's a lot of readings that comes up where I'm speaking to somebody on the other side and they're telling me a story. They're telling me about a memory. And I'm relaying that memory to the person that has seeked out the reading. And they will look at me and go, no, that's not how it was. That's not, no, 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 that didn't happen, blah, blah, blah. And I look at him, I said, do you remember a situation similar to that? Because I might have it wrong, but do you understand a similar situation? Oh, yeah, but this is how it was. Okay. And I go to him. So that's how you've seen it. Yeah, that's how it was. It's the truth. I said, now the person I'm talking to, how would they have viewed it? What would they have taken in? And they always sit back and they think for a minute and they're going, oh, wait a second. I said, yeah. There's always two sides to a story. There's always two sides to everything. Truth changes all the time. It always changes. You know, I was watching a documentary last night on Neanderthals. Don't ask me why, I just was. And they made a statement in there that they said the truth is only for today because the truth always changes. And it made me perk up and listen. I was like, well, wait a second. You've been studying these guys for eons. How can that change? And literally, the minute I thought it, this is the answer that came through. They went that science had believed for centuries, that Neanderthals ate meat on top of meat on top of meat. They're depicted as carnivores. They're depicted as only hunters, eating raw meat and then learning to cook the meat. But in recent years, they've scraped the teeth to find out what was still stuck in the teeth. And they found out that there's a lot of vegetation there. And they went, so the truth that was there yesterday about Neanderthals is no longer the truth today because more information came in, more wisdom has come in. And that's really changed the outlook of how we viewed our ancestors. It's mind-blowing. It's totally mind-blowing. There's another bigger truth in our faces today. It's huge, and nobody sees the truth of this. And it's with the royal family. It's blatantly in our face. They've been stating that Meghan Markle is the first African-American woman in royalty of the British family. It's not true. It's simply not true. And it is all over TV. It's all over TV saying that's the truth. But has anybody watched the movie or the series Queen Charlotte? I did. And I thought it was very neat that it was depicted by an African-American woman married to a Caucasian man. And I thought that's really neat. But it made me go back and research. And guess what? Queen Charlotte was actually the first African-American woman in royalty in the British, and she was queen. So a truth that Harry and Meghan have been spreading, guess what? She's not the first. She's not even close to the first. The whole family has got African-American blood. She's so far down the line, it doesn't even, it's not even part of a discussion anymore. But then again, it's another truth, isn't it? It's another truth because truth comes with wisdom. Truth comes with understanding. Truth comes from a healing of a soul. And that's really what this comes down to. How do things change? Okay, we can blatantly put it as just wisdom. We can put it as wisdom. But think about yourselves as you've gone through life. How did you view things at 18 when you thought you knew everything? When the whole world was yours and you knew it all? 10 years, 20, 30, 40 years later, you look back on some of those truths you understood. And how Virtually none of them are true today. You lived a life. You got a growth. You got an understanding. And that's where you're coming in with the negativity. That's where anger and negativity comes into. Because so often, what really substantiates a lie or an untruth is truly our mental or thought emotional stance on it. We get angry. We look at things negatively. And that forms a whole new truth. And we sit back and we go, well, wait a second. What's that? What's that about? When we look at that, when we look at how being negative forms a new truth. We're angry, we're negative, just a heavier emotion. And that heavy emotion forms an idea, a thought, or it adds something to it. And rarely do we find that to be the actual truth. So often when we heal, so often when we let go of the negative feeling, that heavy feeling, a bigger understanding's there. A bigger truth is there. Something that's so much more clear is in front of us. And I know that's really hard because I know so many people are going, but DeEtte, whether I'm upset or happy about it, truth is truth. But it's not. It's not. I do it with my grandkids all the time. You know, I am 53 years old and I run around with a 7-year-old and a 5-year-old. And most days it is beautiful. But we have days where I'm tired, exhausted, I'm ornery, and I'm frustrated. And I just get upset. And I always, every single time, I have to come back and apologize. Every time. And it's not because I was angry or upset or frustrated. I have to apologize because those emotions clouded my vision, my understanding on something. Simply stated, those emotions clouded stuff. And once I relax and investigate and learn, the anger and the frustration and the orneriness dissipates. And I have to go, whoa, a truth that I thought was truth is no longer the truth. And it's not even a misunderstanding because I know we love to put it under the key of misunderstanding, but it's not even a misunderstanding. It's how you're viewing something. It's going from, oh my gosh, I'm so angry that you did that, blah, 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 to an understanding why you did that. It doesn't stop the act of something happening, but it does unfold the negativity to get rid of the negativity, to understand the process of what has happened, which gives a greater truth of something. And so often we don't bother to do that, do we? We don't bother to sit back and learn and grow. Instead, we struggle and we hold on to what our truth is. It's really sad to me that truth has become such a priority in our lives that we can actually utter the words, I'm holding on to my truth. Because really, your truth changes. It's never the same. It's never going to be the same. It's always going to change. And as long as you're holding on to a truth, it's really hard to have growth. It's really extremely hard to take on more understanding because truth is going to keep you stuck in life. You know, I talked last week a lot about the what ifs. What if? So we're going to continue that a little bit, and we're going to go to the, what if I wasn't angry about this? What if I wasn't negative about this? How would I see it? What if I knew something more? Would that change things? Doctors do it all the time. We do it with doctors all the time. We go in with something, we can't figure it out. Doctors will give whatever they think the truth of the symptoms is. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. It's not what it was. They have to investigate more. And sometimes they have to be the Dr. Houses of TV to get down to truly finding all the wisdom to find out what something really is. There's frustration with it. Exactly, Tim. And a lot of times, I'm going to continue that, what Tim just said. Tim just said, when you define anything as absolute, you limit everything. And that is so, so true. Because defining something as an absolute will also bring anger if somebody defies you on it. Frustration, defiance. Think about it. Think about how many times somebody has come against your truth, has questioned your truth. And you came back as negative because somebody else is literally asking questions or saying that's not so. It literally forms an anger moment inside of us. And it's really sad. What if somebody in the future questioned your truth and you were able to sit down and have a conversation? Just sit down and have a conversation to explore the realities of a little bit more understanding. What if your truth changed? You may not go to their side of it. You may not. And that's okay. But maybe they're not coming to your side. And maybe there's a middle ground. This week really is about exploring your mind and your thoughts. It's about letting go of prejudgment. It's about opening your mind to what else is possible. The what ifs. Realizing that when you're thinking about something, you start to get angry, you start to get negative. To release the negativity, to release those heavier feelings, to let those feelings go. And then allow for a deeper understanding. That goes from everything from, if you put your right leg in your pant leg first to your left, straight up to presidency. There's nothing on this green earth that there isn't a deeper understanding. And when I say that, it's not just with how we view things. It really is a bigger picture. There's always going to be a bigger picture. We would love to say that there isn't. But I am the first person to say that I am not in heaven. I don't see the bigger picture, not the huge picture. I see a broader picture than I used to. But I'm still not seeing the grand scope of how everything affects everything. But I do know that there's always a bigger picture. One that we're not even close to having a remote understanding to what it is. But trust me when I say, when you realize there's a bigger picture, there is no more negativity. Everything really does happen for a reason. Everything really is entwined. It's spouting off to the world about what your truths are, creating negativity within yourself and others doesn't help you to be a more truthful person. Just shows that you really are not a person that even entertains that there's a bigger picture. Just saying. So I hope this week y'all take a moment to take a deep breath, to sometimes just say, I don't understand what anything is then this has to do with anything. But I am willing to get a deeper understanding to let it go. With that being said, guys, we're going to take a few-minute break here on School Through Spirit with the Edge Network, and we will see you in a few minutes.
Explore your higher consciousness with the Edge Media Platform. We're a multimedia platform dedicated to connecting curious teachers and seekers in a safe, welcoming space. Dive into spiritual growth with our print magazine, digital content, podcasts, and in-person experiences. Whether you're seeking wisdom or sharing it, we're here to inspire and uplift your journey, here, there, and everywhere. Connect with us today. How do you live a life of abundance and alignment? Carol Dutton, founder of Being You Energetically, is passionate about helping her clients get to that sweet life. Modalities she offers include Reiki, subtle energy healing, crystal grids, ancestral connection ceremony, Irogenics ancestral eye readings, and spiritual oil anointing. Whichever modality you choose, her powerful sessions will immediately give you the unique and specific missing links to clearing the traumatic and ancestral patterns, keeping you from living an extraordinary life. Check her out at carolduttonusa.com. That's carolduttonusa.com. Right now, Carol has a special offer of 10% off an ancestral connection ceremony with promo code EDGE10. Again, that promo code is EDGE10. That's carolduttonusa.com.
Hey, everybody, welcome back. This is DeEtte with School Through Spirit on the Edge Network. Coming to us with our 5-card stud. This deck is by DeEtte Wang. He reminds us of the deeply rooted coupling of astrology and Greek ancient Roman mythology. Enter the legendary realm of mythic heroes where their ancient wisdom will guide you throughout your day. You won't find Zeus, Athena, or Poseidon within, but humans who are often overlooked from myths. From the adventurer Aeneas and prideful Icarus to the huntress Atalanta and musician Orpheus. The uniqueness and the beauty of the oracle of the mystical heroes lies in bringing these mortals' stories to the forefront of these myths. This intuitive oracle guidebook combine the historical lessons of these mortal heroes and heroines of Greek and Roman mythology with modern astrology crystals archetypes to guide you through your spiritual journey and strengthen your connection to the inner hero. Love it. Love it. Let's do this. Again, I do know I have showcased this deck before. I don't know when. I just know when it's been. But it was a good enough deck that it was sent to me again. So let's do it. Love it. If I can get it open, that's the big thing. Can I get the deck open? Some decks are just really not easy to open up. I'm telling you. Getting there. Okay. In. Square box. Love it. Nothing on the inside. That's okay. Heavy book. And if I do remember correctly, this is one that I need to use the book on. Just because it does have, well, maybe I do, maybe don't. Who knows? We'll find out. Let's see if those pictures are enough. the book does have, the name of the hero, what that hero is about, um, what planet rules it, the myth, all that, just tons of information each one. It's got a teaching. It's really got a lot going on. It's got a lot going on. And the really cool thing is it does look like the heroes of Cancer, the heroes of the heroes of Virgo. So they also split it up into astrology, which I really like that. I really like that. So maybe we'll end up looking at the book a little bit more, exploring this deck a little bit more than we did the last time, and see where we go from there. How's that sound? So with 5 card stock, guys, how we do play this is I am going to put a number out there, 1 through 5, and I'm going to pull cards based on 1 through 5 here. Okay. You can pick 1 card, 2 cards, all 5 cards, whatever you want. And when I'm done, I am literally going to read all the cards together as a group, like I would a normal reading. Okay. So you can have essentially up to 6 readings with us. You can have 6 different issues and write a number next to each issue. So it's just how it works. Now, I will also tell you later on today, I will be picking the deck out the last 2 months that I liked the best. And we're going to put that in the magazine because it is time. Not that you get to figure that out what that is quite yet, but it is time for the next issue to come out. It is time. So there's that, which is nice. Okay. So let's go to this. Card number 1. Card number 1 is love. It is Paramus and Thisbe. I am going to look at this because even though I got an idea what this is, I want to make sure we're kind of on the same path as these people are, as DeEtte was. Hope, love. Because I want to take it down the unconditional of love. This is here is a Pisces, the completion of a cosmic water is this area. Let me see. We're going to go into the teaching, I think. I don't know. There's so much information in here. So it tells a story of them. And then the teaching is a few years ago, the early June morning, a voice I heard in my dream. It tells a lot about this. So we're just going to kind of look at, I guess, what my intuition is given and do the best, because I think that might be the best for myself. Although, again, the book does have a ton of information. If I'm looking at card number 1 in love around your situation, I don't necessarily feel like this is, if you look at this, this is love of a person dying, what we assume is dying in a hand, with another woman putting a knife to her heart. And this almost feels like a dying love or an eternal love. Okay, is what this kind of looks at for me. But when I'm looking at this, it feels more like, don't waste it. Don't waste it is kind of what I'm kind of looking at with this, because when I'm looking at this, we don't know if this person is actually dead or not, but we do know that she's got an assumption here, because I can't tell if this body's breathing or not, if you really want to know. And I keep looking at William Shakespeare in my head. So card number 1, when we're looking at this, there's a situation in your life when we're looking at relationships that you're kind of looking at these things as, black and white. There's something more truth underneath it than what you're seeing right now. There's a bigger understanding underneath it. Again, and you're not seeing it. It's time for you to dig down deep, find that truth, find more understanding underneath the situation that you were initially taking what you feel is your truth. God, I'm not going to get away without saying the word. So don't throw it away right now. Don't throw the relationship away. Don't say it's black or white quite yet. It's time for you to dig down. It's time for you to find out the deeper understanding of something before you throw that relationship away. Card number 2 is service with art. Aristuous service. Card number 2. When I'm looking at this, I think you're looking around at life like, what do I need to do? What do I need to do? What is there more in this life that I can do? What more can I do to be there for other people? Okay. And I think you're looking at that within your own life. What more can I do within my life? I feel as if in your own in your own body, in your own skin, you feel like you're not quite where you need to be. You want to do more, but you're not quite sure what it is. This could be like a midlife crisis. This could be like unsteady in your own job, unsteady in your life. And you're just, and you're kind of looking at where else should I go? I do feel like with this, you need to broaden your views. You need to broaden your understanding. I do feel when I look at this card that we're kind of looking at things as if, you know what, I've been stuck in this rut. I've been stuck doing this. This is all I'm supposed to be doing. And you need to start opening up that scope of what more can I do? What more is there out there for me? You don't have to live 50, 60 years doing the same thing. You can change it up. Life is very short. Just because some people are job hoppers doesn't mean they're not successful, doesn't mean they're not responsible. It just means that they have found that, you know what, they're not going to find long-term happiness in the same job. So it's time for you to kind of look outside of yourself to see what more is out there. The next card is Foundation, and it's card Aeneas. Aeneas. When I'm looking at this card in this situation, I do feel as if you're feeling unstable in life. You're feeling very unstable in life, and you're trying to go forward. You're just trying to say, I need to be somewhere. I need to be somewhere fast. But you're finding that you're kind of falling flat on your face with a lot of things. This is telling you to go back to the beginning. You need to build a solid foundation. It doesn't matter what you're doing in life, whether this is relationship, job, security, children, whatever this is, you need to have a solid foundation. You have to have a footing. If you don't have that footing, everything above that is not going to be stable. Nothing is going to stand on its own two legs. You need a solid foundation. Okay. So look at the problem at hand and go, okay, where did it go wrong? Go back to the beginning. It doesn't mean you had a bad idea. It doesn't mean it was a bad venture to take. It means you took off too fast. You just took off too fast. The next card is Hope by Pandora. Pandora. I love this because when I look at Pandora and I look at Hope, I'm like, there is no hope with Pandora because you opened the box. You opened the box. But it is seeking of hope. It is seeking of hope. Right now, if you pick card number 4 in your situation, you are looking at things as if I am hopeless. I don't have a way to go. I don't know what I'm doing. There's a real struggle here. And I would say you're almost on the edge of depression with this because it feels like a loss of hope. Like everything has escaped, everything is gone. But truly, it is kind of looking for the light in the darkness of this. Okay. It's looking for the light of the darkness. There is hope. Sometimes things have to crumble around you in order to understand that there's something bigger above, that there's that bright star is going to shine through. Okay. Just because things look dark and hopeless does not mean that there's without hope. It just means that what you were doing at that time was not right for you. Okay. So trust that there is hope. You just have to kind of step back again and look at it from a broader picture, a broader way of view, and not so small-eyed. The last card is from Theus, the leadership card. The leadership card. On this one, it's telling me to tell you just straight up, you need to take the lead. You've been following other people. You've been following other people's advice. You've been following what other people tell you to do. You've been going at this almost half-cocked. Why? Because none of it feels right to you. None of it feels right because you know in your heart of hearts how you want something done, but you haven't had enough, inside here to say, I can go do this. Instead, you've been asking for wisdom from other people, advice from other people, looking to other people. How did other people do this? Instead of just taking a chance. This is your time to take a chance. This is your time to take that leadership and run with it. Okay? Take the lead. So card number 1 was love. Card number 2 was service. Card number 3 was foundation. Card number 4 is hope. And card number 5 is leadership. When I'm looking at this, I'm looking at this as a whole going, wow, this is a week. You have some ideas in your mind. And I will tell you what, it is time for you to start acting upon those ideas. You've had some thoughts of things that you want to do. You really haven't put much credit into it because it's been a thought process, but you've been kind of putting it on the back burner. You've been putting it back there. And now is the time to take that off the back burner and run with it. Okay. This is your week to go. What is it I've wanted to do? And how do I want to do it? How do I want to do it? If you ever had a chance to change things in life, today is the day to do it. It really is. Trust me, you've got people in the background that are there to help you that you never thought were going to be there. You're definitely not alone on this one. There you go. There you go. Hopefully that helps a little bit. This is a nice deck. I will tell you what. This is a nice deck. I do like this deck because this deck, though, will push you to understanding. It will push you to understanding. This is a deck that's harder to kind of review as a quick read. Can you do it as a quick read? Definitely. But if there was ever a deck that you were going to pull out the book and read, this is a deck to pull out the book and read it, to study this book. Why? This book has got tons of information. Atlanta really did his homework, tons of information. Each card, each hero in here has got tons of information on them for a deeper understanding. So if you're into really kind of looking at that mythology, really trying to find a deck that goes, wow, this really means a lot more to me, I'm going to go out in line and not only say that once you buy this deck and you read the book and you understand, you study this book and you understand it, and you guys know, I normally throw the book away. Like, throw the book away, it's not worth it. This is a deck you want to keep the book. This is a deck you want to read the book, because I do believe that this deck can not only be used as an oracle deck, it could really be used probably as a tarot deck also. I know it's not the traditional tarot when you're looking at the major versus minor arcana, but I do believe when you're looking at this, because it's got such a deeper meaning each card, that once these cards are paired with other cards, you're really going to start to see a much bigger picture, which is more tarot than it is oracle. Just saying. Do I like this? I really do. I really do love this deck. I will say it's not for the faint of heart, though. It is a deck that you really need to kind of go out on a limb, buy it, study the book, have a deeper understanding, and then start. And then I think it'd become one of your favorite decks. I really do. Okay, guys, with that being said, again, I want to kind of go over, remember we did talk about the Bearded Brothers today. Oh my God, my eyeballs. The Bearded Brothers and their charity to raise money for the Wisconsin families in need during this time of Christmas, which I really liked. I remember I shared the link in the comments. We also have this weekend, I'm teaching intermediate class, psychic mediumship development at Earthsong Books and Gift. Now, do you have to be at intermediate level? Not necessarily. Do you have to know you have abilities and you want to use them? Definitely. I go through a lot of information. This is a 2-day course, plus some. So it is Saturday and Sunday. Both days are from 10 until 5 p.m. So bring your snacks, bring your drinks. You can bring a lunch, or during lunchtime, you can go out and gather lunch someplace else. I really go over a lot of basics. I don't leave any stone unturned in this class. So it is a great review for beginners. Whether you've taken beginners with me or somebody else, or just read some books on it, or have a little bit of understanding, read some YouTube videos, or watch some YouTube videos or something like that. But it really is a class that's going to really push. It's going to push you to see yourself in it from a whole different light. Okay. Is it all about psychic mediumship? It really is. But is it about seeing yourself on a much deeper level? It truly is. Now, after class adjourns on a Sunday, I do send you home with some homework for 4 weeks, and then we get together on Zoom for one call. It's about an hour call a month after class, just to kind of reach out to all your questions, your comments, your concerns, and go over some of those things. Okay. I will also tell you, Sunday, you're doing readings. Sunday, you are. Believe it or not, you're doing readings. You're in Rockstar readings to boot. Really are. That class, again, because it's at Earthsong, I highly discounted down to $200 for the class, which is $100 and some less than if you take it with me online, and quite a bit less than if you take it someplace else with me. I always give a discount to Earthsong because it is where I started at. It's where I started at. It's like where I love to get back to the community at. But I will tell you, it's not just this community that shows up to Earthsong. A lot of times it's Madison, it's Chicago, it's Kenosha, it's Milwaukee. I've had people from Alberton and La Crosse drive down hours to take a class. So come on. And again, you can message me here. You can go into my email at DeEtte, or at medium@DeEtteRenee.com. You can PM me on my Facebook, which is DeEtte Renee on Facebook. You can call the store, Earthsong Books and Gifts in Janesville, Wisconsin. There's a lot of ways to register for this class. So again, it's $200. Just message me. We'll get you hooked up. Okay. Okay, guys. And then I am done for the year with events and classes. I do have a special going on right now, 25% off readings. Literally, you just have to book them now between now and the end of February or the end of January. That code is DOTD24, DOTD24. That gives you 25% off a reading with me. You can, go on and book the reading now and have it later if you'd like. And I also have the gift certificates that you can reach out and purchase. They're great stocking stuffers. They're great to put under the tree. What better message to, gift the gift than, a gift from loved ones from the other side or guidance about your life. So there you go. You guys have a great day. We will see you next week. This has been DeEtte here on School Through Spirit with the Edge Network. See you next week, guys. Bye-bye.
There are psychic mediums, but there is nothing like DeEtte. Let's face it, we all struggle time and again. But if you seek the clarity you deserve, then you need to seek DeEtte. As a master teacher, DeEtte studied under international psychic medium Lisa Williams. Together, they not only help DeEtte better tap into spirit, but also build a long-lasting relationship. So many psychics tell us what we want to hear, and that just won't cut it with DeEtte. She tells you what you need to hear. No sugarcoating here. To book a reading with DeEtte is simple. Just visit her website, DeEtte.us. That's DeEtte.us. And follow the Yellow Brick Road to connect with DeEtte. Don't just sit there and ponder those questions. Ask them and let DeEtte guide you every step of the way. You need insight now, and DeEtte can help. Just visit DeEtte.us. That's DeEtte.us.